somebody put parking on the agenda.
Standing room.
Seriously.
Just to have her.
Go to the door so they can get.
Everybody's
they're
in
all,
the
they're all, and now who knows?
Yes, after we do it, nobody's
These two
comfortable
there.
with that. It's fine. We understand.
She looks at it like it's collapsing.
Right.
Said you just need to do
You won't remember.
your brother.
Someone texted me, sister. Must have been somebody that went to Canada. He said he had 3 strokes.
You think she'll be able to
This guy is. I didn't respond because I didn't know what it was.
So
TV show. This TV show, Taskmaster.
Too bad we're not going to be there.
it's
More than that.
You a Taskmaster fan?
you have to deal with life throws you, right? We just got into it recently.
Is it
I
new?
know.
No, it's like
It's on season 21.
Oh, really?
it's yeah.
Worth watching.
Oh, it's
Where do you see it?
It's on YouTube. It's on YouTube. All of it. Yeah, all 21 seasons, or the 21st season's just starting.
Do you know who they get? Have you seen the 21st lineup?
And it's a pretty good lineup.
I'm so excited.
Lineup.
I'm going to the show in Boston.
Looked for tickets, and I didn't realize they were doing a show. And by the time someone told me they were, I was like,
I didn't know you were a fan. I was on there like the second it opened.
I bet they didn't last long.
Awesome.
13 minutes is when they all sold out.
Sounds right.
What is this for? So it's a British show.
TV show.
And they invite comedians over and they do these serve tests. And then they give them points. And it's just absurdity.
Is it like talk show too?
Yeah, and they have the
Maybe I've seen the
You've probably
chat. I've seen the chat.
It's hilarious.
Okay.
Really crazy stuff. They could do.
I watched it. Series 19 because Jason Mantzoukas was on it.
April 2nd. That says
Do you know The Good Place?
their time. Whatever.
I have no idea.
Brooklyn Nine-Nine?
The best is when
He's Adrian Pimentel.
Right, that's it.
asked.
7 days?
He was on
10
it.
days?
Never imagined like you would go that way.
And then I've gone back and started watching all the other ones.
I'm gonna write this.
Call the meeting to order. Start with the pledge.
To the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Oh, thank you. I appreciate it.
All right. I'll make a motion to approve the December 22nd regular meeting minutes.
A second?
Any discussion? All those in favor? Aye. Any opposed?
I'll follow that up with a motion to approve the December 22nd non-public meeting minutes.
Second.
Any discussion? All those in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Okay. The Select Board will meet on the following dates: Monday, January 26th for a regular meeting beginning at 4:30 p.m. And also at the January 26th meeting, we'll have our first public budget hearing, which will begin at 5:15 p.m. We have on Thursday, February 5th, the second public budget hearing meeting, also at 5:15 p.m. here. Town offices will be closed Monday, January 19th in observance of Martin Luther King Jr. Civil Rights Day. And any citizens wishing to be on the Select Board's agenda should notify Town Hall before noon the Thursday before the scheduled meeting. All meetings are held here in Town Hall and are available on Zoom. Zoom information can be found at the town's website at plymouthnh.gov. All right, now on to the reason we're all actually here tonight, is to honor one of our beloved public servants, Chief Alex Hutchins. Chief Hutchins isn't just finishing a job, he's concluding a career defined by an extraordinary level of dedication. For over 24 years, Alex has been the steady hand during Plymouth's most difficult hours. Whether it was navigating the complexities of emergency responses or community policing strategies and efforts, Alex's leadership was never defined by the rank on his collar, but by the calm and professional way he looked out for every resident of Plymouth and his staff. We, the Select Board and Town Manager, have relied on Alex's common sense and his deep local knowledge. He's been a vital part of our leadership team, Alex has mentored a generation of police officers, teaching them that this work is about more than just responding to calls. It's about serving people with dignity and compassion. He leaves the Plymouth Police Department stronger, better trained, and more prepared than he found it. We also know that a life in law enforcement is a family commitment. While Alex was here protecting our community, his own family was often waiting for him to return from a call or a late night meeting, like one of these. To the Hutchins family, thank you for sharing him with us. We're a safer community because of your support for his mission. Chief, you have served Plymouth with honor and integrity. You have earned every bit of the peace and relaxation that retirement brings. On behalf of the town of Plymouth, the Select Board, town manager, and staff, we thank you for your service and your friendship. We wish you a long, healthy, and very happy retirement.
Thank you. Okay, yeah, no worries.
Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you, guys.
Thanks, Chief.
Where'd your mentor go?
She's back there. Look at everybody, I'm not licensed to drive.
Oh, I don't.
Can you keep them right there? Can you keep them up? You're staying, bud.
Oh, all right.
Be one facing. It's easy. I think maybe that way. Maybe face everybody.
Lots of room to park them in the garage.
Another one. So good evening, everybody. Tonight's an emotional night for a lot of us in this room. We have the opportunity to recognize Chief Hutchins, a man who's dedicated 24 years of his life to this town, to this community. He is truly the epitome of what every officer strives to be. He's smart, caring, funny, and above all, an exceptional leader. I want to personally thank Chief Hutchins for the past few years of CCing me on every email, making me hike to the top of Waterville Valley in the middle of winter when the chairlift only went halfway up, because he wanted to show me how to get to the repeater in case it ever broke. Whether he ever said it out loud or not, he was quietly and deliberately preparing me for the day that I might serve as Chief of Police, and for that, I will always be grateful. I know this isn't the way that Chief Hutchins envisioned as the closing chapter of his career, but the reality is he has given more than enough of his time and energy to all of us. Now it's time to focus on what matters most, his family. On behalf of everyone at the Plymouth Police Department, I want to say thank you to Chief Hutchins for your years of support, guidance, and leadership. You've helped each one of us become better officers, and your impact on this department will be felt for years to come. And I think we have some gifts for you.
Wow.
That's a nice swag.
Yeah.
Too many gifts.
I wonder if you can hold it up so they can do a picture. Chief, I'm going to put this right here.
Just pile it all on.
All right, we gotta stand behind him, she said. No, you can't eat them right now. You can have one.
Share them later.
The whole pan.
Karen, look ahead.
Karen, picture. No.
After you, sorry, I didn't see you there. Awesome, thank you so much.
Can I move now? I'm gonna shave Brenda.
Thank you. I wonder how I get wheeled out of here.
You going to hold it?
Yes, I'll drive over everybody again.
Toes.
Watch your toes, everybody. Coming through.
Those elbows in out.
Well, I'm usually getting banged up. It's not.
Amanda's a worse driver than I am, trust me.
Well, you should.
Alex, thank you. Congratulations. We wish you nothing but the very best. So we're going to move on to the next phase of our meeting, which is the pinning of our new chief, our deputy chief, our new sergeant, our new lieutenant, and officers. And as we start with the chief, members of the select board, officers of the Plymouth Police Department, and residents. In a few moments, a badge will be pinned to Nate Buffington's uniform. While that badge is a symbol of authority, today it represents something much deeper. It represents the collective trust of this community. Choosing a chief is one of the most important decisions a town can make. In Nate, we didn't have to look far to find the best candidate. Nate has served Plymouth with distinction for years. He has patrolled our streets, investigated crimes, and mentored our young officers, and understands the uniqueness of our town. From our quiet residential neighborhoods to our busy corridors of Plymouth State University, something that Chief Hutchins instilled upon him and his staff. He didn't just get this job, he earned it through years of integrity, hard work, and commitment to professional excellence. By appointing Nate as our chief, the town of Plymouth is choosing continuity and stability. We are choosing a leader who already knows our officers, our residents by name, but we're also choosing a leader with a vision for the future. But we are also choosing someone who understands that modern policing is built on the foundation of community partnerships and mutual respect. We often say that when an officer serves, their family serves as well. The long shifts, the missed dinners, the constant concern for safety are shared by the family. Destiny, as you come forward to pin this badge on Nate, please know that the town of Plymouth thanks you for your support of his career and his mission. Nate, you have the full support of myself, the select board. We know you will lead this department with the same dedication and honor that you have shown throughout your career. Congratulations.
It was too fast.
Turn that way, look at Mom's.
You can look over there, I'm just taking extras.
Very nice.
So I want to start by saying thank you to the town manager, to the Board of Selectmen for placing their trust in me, giving me the opportunity to serve as the chief of police. I know it's an honor and it's one that I don't take lightly. To my colleagues at the Plymouth Police Department, every day you guys show up with professionalism, integrity, and commitment to our community, and I'm proud to work alongside each one of you. I look forward to continuing to support you, challenge you, and stand with you as we move this department forward together. I also want to take a moment again to recognize Chief Hutchins. His leadership, guidance, and mentorship over the years have shaped not only the department, but me personally. To my family and friends who are here tonight, thank you for your support. This is the reason that I'm standing here. This profession demands long hours, unpredictable schedules, and moments that can weigh heavily. And yet, you've always been there with patience, understanding, and encouragement, and for that, I'm grateful. I'm excited for the future of the Plymouth Police Department. We have a strong team, a supportive community, and a shared vision for what policing can and should be. And together, I'm confident that we will move this department forward and make it something the community can be proud of. So next, I would like to call up Rod Diamond. you want to come on up? So I had written a long speech for Rod, but we're gonna trim it back a little bit. So today I have the privilege of recognizing an individual whose dedication and leadership and character have made a lasting impact on the Plymouth Police Department and on many of us personally. The promotion of Rod Diamond to the rank of Deputy Chief is bittersweet. For me, this moment carries special meaning. Like myself, Rod grew up in this community. He was actually someone that helped get me hired into this profession. We started our careers together. From the very start, he's always been a mentor to me and a leader. And as we look toward the future of the Plymouth Police Department, I can think of no one more capable or deserving to step into the role of Deputy Chief. I have full confidence that Rod will help guide this department forward, support our officers, and continue strengthening the bond between our agency and the community that we serve. Rod, congratulations on your promotion. Thank you for your years of service and your leadership. I'm proud to stand beside you, and I look forward to what we will accomplish together in the years ahead. Want to call somebody up to pin you?
Sorry, Flash.
Turn to the side.
A couple more.
I have to take one with Flash, she'll bury your eyes. Oh. Alright, on the end. Shuffle, move. Oh, yeah.
All right, moving on. So this next promotion holds an especially meaningful place in my heart. I had the privilege serving on the hiring team that hired and brought Brian Keeler on as a patrol officer for the town of Tilton when he started his career. Even back then, it was clear he was going to be someone special in this profession. His work ethic spoke for itself. His dedication stood out immediately, and it didn't take long for everyone else around him to take notice. Over the years, Brian has worked his way through the ranks, serving as a detective sergeant, and a patrol sergeant. Each step in his career has been marked by competence, professionalism, and an unwavering commitment to the communities that he serves. Today, promoting Brian to the rank of lieutenant is more than just a professional decision. It is a strategic and necessary step in strengthening the future of the Plymouth Police Department. This promotion ensures leadership stability, supports our succession planning, and reflects the trust that we have in Brian's abilities. And on a personal level, it is an honor to see Brian achieve something that he's worked so hard for and that he so clearly deserves. So please join me in congratulating Lieutenant Brian Keeler as he comes up and gets pinned.
Brian, can we get family?
Yes.
Thank you, everyone.
Thank you, Brian.
Congratulations. Thank you.
All right, the next person we'd like to ask to come up is Sergeant Jesse Colby. So we recently welcomed Sergeant Colby to the ranks. Sergeant Colby and I actually met about 20 years ago when we went to the police academy together. We went our separate ways, and our careers have found ourselves back together. Jesse is going to be a great fit to our agency. We're super excited to have him, and I'd like to call up his family to see who's going to pin him.
Go right up with them. Yep.
There you go.
Good job. Nice job. That would be good. That's right.
All right, if Officer Dylan Morey could come up. So Officer Morey is one of our newest officers. He went to the 200th New Hampshire Police Academy with Officer McNamara, who will be up next. We're really excited for Officer Morey. He's out on the streets. We have a lot of new faces. So when you see him out there, be sure to say hi. And you're going to call your wife up to pin you. And Officer McNamara. Officer McNamara started his career with Plymouth State University, and just as it may have, he's now part of the Plymouth Police Department. He did all of his training with us. We're super excited to have him. He's going to be a great addition to our team. And if you want to call up, who's pinning you today?
Ryan, congratulations. I must say, I'm going to show my age with this, but I've known Ryan since he was 4 years old. And I was a patrol officer in Ashland at the time. And I'm so proud that you've joined us and chosen this career, and we welcome you.
And last but certainly not least, Officer Joseph Stratton. So Officer Stratton recently joined us. He is our newest officer, and I think tonight is officially his day one of field training. Last night, so day two is tonight. Who are you going to have pin you?
My mother.
All right.
And then I'll have a whole army come up.
All right, let's do it.
No.
Thank you very much, everybody.
Thank you all.
Thank you all.
Thank you.
And we'll take a 5-minute recess. Yeah.
Everybody clear out.
Stand up. Good strategy.
Sitting on the
Are we light? Good.
Yeah, because they're like, okay, we talked about this, and then report, public hearing, reappointment.
stuff. It actually started in December.
We were in Parker in DC. Protesting at the Supreme Court.
Very cool.
ACLU invited him to go down with them.
Nice. That's awesome. How long have they gone for?
Back on Wednesday. The guys went today. Tomorrow, and then back Wednesday.
Yeah.
Parker get tired sometimes of this whole process for her.
Yes and no. I mean,
Got away a lot. I mean, the whole family.
yes. And she has her moments where she's like, I need to not for a little while. And something, you know, basically you have the connections with the group. So every opportunity that they're like, hey, do you want to do this? We bring it to her and say, do you want to do this? And I would say, you know, early on she said yes to everything. And then she started to get a more side camera like, and now it's a 50-50.
Such a lot of responsibility for like
This
your
right back this
own
way.
everything.
Lucas, you're definitely in the back.
Like this back.
Lucas, slide through here. Short.
Look at these.
Right in the middle.
Short guy in the back.
I've never done it in New Hampshire. Like your
Thanks, guys.
That's all right. We'll wait until they're done. We'll wait until Alex is out of the They have to break. In the van? In the van?
In the wheelchair.
That's enough.
Oh, you're gonna get Take care, Alex. Thank you.
Congratulations, Chief.
Clint's on there. That's Alex's dad. You can wave to him from here. Here you go. Now he's waving back.
This one, yeah. So there was two charges. One of them was. I know.
Whatever he was doing, yeah.
Whatever he was doing,
Okay.
We found this out later.
Yeah.
It was just one of those things. Yeah.
All right.
Congratulations.
Certainly an interesting process. I was in Cambridge once, and it was about, I don't remember too much, but a garage and concrete falling down, injury and damage, and all I know is I learned a lot about concrete. It was fairly boring, but the process was kind of cool.
Yeah, I liked it. It's been a long time since I've done it though. That
A
was.
few years ago.
While the first time I did any part of it, turned me around for
Yeah. I don't know. Well, they are, like I said, concrete, but
Yeah, I enjoyed it. They're long days though.
yes, yeah, the
Keep-
Cambridge
like
one.
staying,
was-
trying to keep
Yes.
attention on a.
Yes.
That's when I became a Grafton County population living on the periphery.
Huh?
Wow.
Dog, you little. Hammy. He's a lad. Yeah, Hammy. He's a lad pit bull mix. He's gorgeous. Yeah. No, I could not ask for a better dog. That dog is.
I was like, I'm going slow, brother. I'm going slow.
No, you're good, buddy.
I was watching the dog.
Yeah, I know. Everyone does. Everyone comments. He's just a gorgeous dog. So come pet him next time, okay? Please do.
I was gonna.
Have a good one.
Wow.
And then we're left with our usual.
He's over there. He's coming. Race is here. Someone's staying. Hey.
I know, thank you.
Feeling a little bit of love.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
All right. Well, let's reconvene this meeting. And
Up at
we can do, town manager's report.
Sure. So mostly updates tonight, the 2026-2027 budget process. The Select Board has met with department heads on Monday, December 8th, December 15th, in review of the 26-27 budget request. The Select Board met today to further discuss the 26-27 budget in preparation of the first public budget hearing, which will take place on Monday, January 26th. Plymouth Village water and sewer construction, water main installation construction on Reservoir Road, Highland Street, was completed on December 31st of this year. Construction will resume in April of 2026 as we receive weekly updates. We will keep residents informed on our weekly newsletter and the Town of Plymouth Facebook page. An update that we received this morning is they are lining sewer lines down Highland Street this week, so they'll be working at different manhole covers, but we didn't receive that update until first thing this morning. Plymouth State University Police Services. Plymouth State University Police will be disbanding their force as of February 2026. Chief Buffington and I have been meeting with Plymouth State University Administration and Plymouth State University Police Chief Stephen Lefebvre with regards to taking over police services on campus. We will continue to meet and work on the details of the operations, logistics, and financial contribution. Zach, I don't know if you want to take up the memorandum of understanding that we have in front of us
Yeah, why don't we do that now?
and allowing me verbal consent to move forward with the memorandum of understanding and completion of the exhibits that we have with regards to the cost, associated cost, and the equipment that we will be taking over from the university, which should be completed by Wednesday.
I'll make a motion to give verbal consent to move along with the memorandum of understanding as so stated.
Second.
Any discussion on that? All those in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed?
Thank you.
Thank you.
Public Safety Facility land purchase. On December 22nd, 2025, the Select Board held a special bond hearing for the purchase of land for a public safety building. At that meeting, it was noted a second hearing would take place. This discussion will resume at the first public budget hearing on Monday, January 26. Highway Department winter snow removal policy. With winter upon us, and if you have questions about the town roads, streets, sidewalk snow removal, please refer to the town website at the following link: Departments, Highway Department, and Snow Removal Public Policy. Welfare update for December 2025. During the month of December, Mary Ann had 38 interactions, consultations with individuals seeking assistance. The cases range from assistance with adult and elderly services, rent, homelessness, fuel assistance, electricity, and housing. The cases continue to become more complex in nature as we navigate the welfare guidelines. For example, Mary Ann worked with one individual 13 times during the month, which included Ann and myself and the governor's office being involved. This case has taken many hours to resolve at this point. Thank you, Mary Ann, for the exceptional service in helping those in need. Town clerk update, declaration of candidacy. This notice has been posted on the website, but just so we announce it in public, notice is hereby given to the residents of Plymouth, New Hampshire. The town has several seats on town boards that are up for election on Tuesday, March 10th, 2026. The filing period begins Wednesday, January 21st, 2026, and runs through Friday, January 30th, 2026, at 5 p.m. Candidates must file a declaration of candidacy with the office of the town clerk to be included on the ballot on Tuesday, March 10th, 2026. To be qualified for an office, candidates must have and maintain a domicile in the town and be registered to vote. See a list of available town offices below. The offices that are open is 2 select board members, 3-year terms, 1 town treasurer, 3-year term, 1 supervisor of the checklist, 6-year term, 1 trustee of the trust fund, 3-year term, 2 library trustees, 3-year term, 1 cemetery trustee, 3-year term, 2 planning board members, 3-year term, 2 planning board members, 2-year term, and 1 planning board member, 1-year term. Questions regarding candidacy, filing, qualifications should be directed to the town clerk, Amy Lee, at townclerk@plymouthnh.gov or by calling 536-1732. Meet the Plymouth Candidates 2026. Meet your local candidates on Wednesday, February 18th at 6:30 p.m. at Pease Public Library. Pema Baker TV will broadcast the session online, and a link will be available at the town website, www.plymouthnh.gov, and on YouTube. As soon as the candidates are finalized, an updated version of the event description will be published. Again, important dates to remember. The first public budget hearing will be January 26, 2026 at 5:15 here at Town Hall. Additionally, we will discuss the land purchase from the special bond hearing. The second public budget hearing on the 2026-27 budget will be held here at Town Hall, February 5th at 5:15 p.m. Election Day, Plymouth Elementary School, March 10th, 8 a.m. to 7 p.m. And town meeting, Plymouth Elementary School, March 11th, 2026, 7 p.m. Additional items, the January town manager's message is available on the town website at www.plymouthnh.gov, Departments, Town Manager. And in closing, the best way to stay informed and engaged is to join us at a public meeting. The Select Board meets on the 2nd and 4th Monday of the month at Town Hall. Just a couple other notes of interest is we will be holding a public hearing on February 9th with regards to the Highland Street project. We have received information that we most likely will not be able to put a roundabout at that intersection. And reason being is the property on the left-hand side of Old Ward Bridge Road, as you head down over the hill, the Simpson property has been put into historic conservation as a conservation site. We have had conversations with Mr. Simpson. He's not willing to give up any of his land. So this public hearing will address other options available to us in the realignment of that intersection. And the planning board will hold public hearings this Thursday, the 15th, on zoning amendments. There is the Tenny Mountain overlay, the fairgrounds overlay, the new laws that are in effect as of January 1st with regards to zoning regulations, as well as accessory dwelling units for the purpose of that. And that concludes my report.
Thanks, Scott. Okay, it's still not time for the hearing. What do we have in the signature file, Ann?
It's large this time, I'm sorry.
That's okay.
All right, so the first item I have is a intent that has been filed for an intent to cut. This is the actual warrant for those funds to be collected. $451.03. And I keep trying to find the property on here, but 175 Quincy Road is the address. $451.03. There's two places to sign there. The next warrant for intent to cut, this is on It says 114 Sculpture Rock Road, but that is not the place that it actually took place. It's Sharp property here in Plymouth, 206 lot 13, and the amount is $604.17. The next item that I have is a supplemental warrant, $72,600. These are for properties that when we did the conversion, these properties were not in the conversion software. They were in one program and not the other. So this warrant is for $72,600. So we have several in-house abatements. These are all for the Bico property, which is on Wildflower Lane, Crescent Street, and Woodlands Way. The amount that they're being over, payments from the first issue were not brought over to the tax collector system. So in order to get those payments applied, $24,918 needs to be abated. The next one is payment from the first issue was not applied to the tax collector system. This is an abatement for $5,276, and this is for the property at 7 Town West Road, Unit 1A. The next abatement is 33 Plaza Village. The amount of the abatement is $2,005. Tax collector software did not credit first half bill to the second final bill. Another one that we have, 40 Davis Road. The amount of this abatement is $2,609. Tax collector software did not credit first half tax bill payment. The next one is 9 Blueberry Hill Road, Unit number 5. The amount of this abatement is $3,016. And again, tax collector software did not credit first half. These are all the same type of issues. 55 Tenny Mountain Road, tax collector software did not credit first half. The amount of the abatement is $3,091. Grafton County Economic Development Council, they have an exemption that was not applied in the system. The amount of this abatement is $16,175. Lakes Region United Way, again, the exemption was not applied in the tax collector system. Amount of this abatement for the full year, $33,092. The next one is 54 Webster Hill Road. Land adjustment needed to be corrected from the hearings. The amount of the abatement is $2,406. 5 Summer Street. This is for PSU buildings that should have received the educational exemptions. The amount of the abatement is $12,616. 71 Adams Road, the land value was never adjusted after agreement during the informal hearings. The amount of this abatement is $2,280. 7 Palomino Place, Unit 7. Tax collector software did not credit first half of the tax bill. The amount of this abatement is $3,156. This is for, looks like it says the east side of Daniel Webster Highway. The amount of the abatement is $651. Corrected land value to all backland. The next one is Mid-State Development Corporation. The exemption was not applied correctly in the tax system. $57,238 is that abatement. 40 Reservoir Road. Property acquired via tax deed on April 1st, 2025, and the taxes need to be written off in the amount of $3,181. Another one for 36 Main Street, the exemption not applied in the tax system. The abatement needs to be in the amount of $6,325. And last one. 484 Daniel Webster Highway. The fire department utilized this building for training purposes. That was approved to abate the tax on the property as of 9/22/25, and the amount of the abatement is $2,030. In case you're interested, the difference between that warrant that you originally signed, the warrant that we redid 2 weeks ago, and the abatements that you're seeing here, you're writing off $63,708 in property taxes.
Seems like more than usual. Is a
It's
lot of that because
because of the
of that
conversion.
software conversion? Gotcha.
They were able to identify it and correct it now, and we still had time to make the corrections that we've done.
None of these abatements affect the assessed value that we use to set the tax rate, do they?
They do.
They do.
They do, but we won't go backwards.
Right, no, I know, I'm familiar, but, so the calculation of the total assessed value that goes into the calculation was off by a small amount.
63,000.
Well, that's the revenue from these.
Well, that's the difference.
That's the
Is the
difference.
63,000 the revenue or the assessed value? The assessed value is going to be
I'm sorry,
higher
it is
than
the
that.
revenue, I'm sorry,
Yeah.
it is
Yeah.
revenue.
Okay, so, thank you.
Although some of them are because of nonprofit, so it doesn't actually affect the assessed value of the town.
Right.
True. They just don't have to pay. Okay, I'm going to open the public hearing. We are having a public hearing to review proposed amendments to the town's refuse ordinance. And Tom, do you want to introduce this?
Just for the record, Tom Newcomb, Building Inspector, Code Enforcement Officer. I'm here with Chief Pierce, and we're here to present some revisions to the Plymouth Refuse Container Ordinance. The original ordinance was enacted, or the existing ordinance was enacted 20 years ago in 1996. We're looking to make some revisions to it because the existing ordinance was passed by town meeting, that these revisions will also need to be done by town meeting. Basically, this has been a joint effort between Chief Pierce as Health Officer, myself as Code Enforcement Officer, Scott as Town Manager, with input from Fish and Game, looking to make some improvements to address wildlife access to the to containers, spreading trash and debris. Also, with input from town council, we've put in there some language for administrative enforcement so that we have basically a toolbox at our disposal to use as an alternative to having to go to court. So that's basically it in a nutshell. Any particular questions you have addressing it? There's a copy of it in your package. It's been reviewed extensively by Fish and Game, get their input. Town council has reviewed it. Also, there is language in section 4 that addresses construction dumpsters. So that they're exempt from the wildlife proof provisions if they have waste that is not going to be attractive to wildlife. We feel that we've covered all bases here.
In a main reason, Tom and Chief Pierce, was over the last couple of years, the amount of garbage that we have picked up across town and the complaints that, from a health officer perspective, you've received with regards to garbage being scattered by not having bear-proof containers has been quite a nuisance over the last couple of years. Is that correct?
Yeah, we have trending data that's actually increased since, well, I've been here for 4 years now. So specifically, I guess the town hub is really the major issue, and we have some problems out in Tenny Mountain Highway too with dumpsters and bears, especially the car wash. But yeah, the problem we have is we don't really have a mechanism to enforce it. I write letters, written for lack of a better term, to clean up your trash. We have several residents around town where we're constantly, year after year, getting complaints of neighbors' trash dragged into the yard. I mean, it's so ridiculous because we constantly talk to the neighbors that we know their trash came from, and they're just like, yeah, I'm not picking it up. I'm not going into the woods to pick it up. We have no mechanism to find them, if you will. Sometimes it's easier just for me to go out there and pick it up just to get rid of the nuisance. But that's not right either. No one's holding responsibility. So this gives us a mechanism. This ordinance, we copied a version of it from several other communities, Littleton, Lincoln, some other communities that had the same problems. And it's really just to hold people accountable. That's really what it comes down to.
And I think the important piece is it doesn't start exactly with a fine. There's still a letter, a notice of violation that goes out to the owner of that dumpster saying, this is an issue, you need to address it. If they don't address it, then the mechanism comes into play on how the penalty would be enforced.
It's dumpsters and trash cans. It's routine neighborly stuff.
The fire department's gonna have to keep track of all these.
Health officer and code enforcement. So this is drafted as a dual mechanism, and it's both of us that are constantly enforcing this stuff around the community. So yeah, it's going to be up to us to police it, and we can report to you if we have to escalate it through the channels. It's really it's a tool. Technically, it's authority of you or just your agents, boots on the ground type people.
And then also, in talking with town council, the way that the administrative enforcement has been drafted, as Scott said, it gives us some flexibility so that we can have somebody that steps forward and takes responsibility for it and says, yeah, I'll clean it up, I'll take the necessary steps. And this board has the ability to be able to then waive fines and penalties if they comply.
Go ahead.
Reasonable.
I will say that my observation is that I think I've seen more bear in New Hampshire than I've seen deer, and I think a lot of that is because they're attracted to the residential neighborhoods where trash is readily available, and I think this is an important thing for people to be aware of. So I support this. I do have a question. Have we discussed any type of outreach that, should this be approved, will
be sent to townsfolk, or is it going to go out in the weekly newsletter, or will there be a mailing of any kind? There are certainly people with, dumpsters with plastic lids that are not secured that would probably not meet the new requirement. I suspect.
Target areas.
Yeah. Okay. All right.
So the intent is, if you look the way it's written, we have between town meeting, if approved at town meeting until, I think there's a date in May we choose.
Yeah.
That's when it's enacted, so automatically, we pretty
There's
much know
some
all
time.
the big players that we can send this ordinance to in the mail. So they're notified appropriately and then help educate. We know it's an education, really the first year, let's face it, we're not gonna be writing things left and right. It's an educational period, but we have to address this. It's truly become a nuisance to the neighbors of these residents who don't take care of their refuse, and also many facilities who are constantly being reminded and dealt with about their not securing their dumpsters.
What I think we can put together a communication strategy that's on the newsletter, on the website, and sending it out to the targeted individuals to make sure it's
They're
well
aware, yeah.
communicated.
Procedurally, this has to go on the warrant and be voted for at town meeting, but not ballot vote. It's going to be verbal vote. How does this get presented? I think about like the changes we make to zoning. We put the exact wording of the change to the zoning. This feels like a more holistic overhaul of a policy. How does this get presented to the town to vote on?
Through this public hearing, we wish we'd had more people stay and listen to this public hearing, but
Of course.
we didn't. We can always have a flyer, right, at town meeting? You
Yeah,
guys are making flyers anyways?
I think we'd probably have to read the document in its entirety at the town meeting, right?
No.
No?
No, that's what this
Waive the
public
reading.
hearing is for.
If we can do a synopsis or a summary of what the changes are, and then have Tom speak to it on the floor at town meeting to identify what those changes are in comparison to the policy that was in place from 1996, I think.
So are we going to have like a redlined version of the policy available for folks at?
There'll be a lot of red lines, but it's doable. Yeah. This is a length of.
Yeah, no, I understand, yeah.
The original's a 2-page document. That was a typewriter.
Yeah.
Yeah. I'm just trying to think through the way to present this in a way that feels
I would look
fair,
for
yeah.
Yeah, I think the public hearing, we could definitely disseminate information.
You could have like a board, all the pages are on it. People could read it as they're coming in.
Yeah. I mean, I think the most important part is going to be the summary
Yeah.
of, hey, bear proofing plus animal proofing plus a fine schedule is really what we're talking about here. But
Yeah, that's very easy to do, a summary, yeah.
Tom, can you?
I think that there will be people who will say, I want to have the full
prior,
document
yeah.
or something, right?
And we can always make that available on the website, maybe? Instead of just having handouts at town meeting, we'll put it on the website, the red line versus the
And
new
maybe
one.
Tom can reach out to those communities that have already adopted this policy at town meeting and ask what their strategy was on
Yes.
how they communicated it at town meeting.
Yeah, and I think we can also do a combination of things. We can have a board with all the various pages on it for people to see. We can even kind of blow it up so that people can stand back and see it. We can have some copies of the full text available if people want it as a handout, as well as we have a synopsis available that is on the warrant.
Just the justification. Yeah, I think that makes sense. And if we could make that available on voting day, right? People have a little bit more
Yes.
time, right? If we can make that stuff available, then that, I think, carries us into the meeting in better.
I think that also there's going to be a lot of openness with discussion about the other ballot questions, for example, being put forth by the planning board. We could certainly piggyback onto the outreach that they do. They usually, the planning board will have something that they air on public TV that discusses what they're putting forward. We could piggyback as part of that, because I think that the outreach and education is absolutely important.
You guys could interview each other for for one of the videos. It'd be perfect.
Nice setup.
All right, input from the public.
Grace?
You're the entirety of the public, Grace.
You represent everybody.
No comment. No, I was going to ask about education and outreach, though, before you brought that to the floor, Phil, because I think that's pretty important. That would probably lessen your job, right, in the long run?
There's probably like one or two commercial trash haulers in town that you could probably reach out to them directly and say, hey, look, if you've got dumpsters at customers' homes, they need to be upgraded.
Yeah, well, that is one part of the outreach that we've talked about, is that we go to the commercial carriers
Right.
and let them know, hey, you know, we can even do that prior to town meeting and just say, just FYI,
Right.
keep this on your radar.
They're gonna have lead time issues getting sufficient numbers of
And
those. before-
I've already had some discussions with some of them about it, that
Right.
this is in the works.
Good.
Perfect. Any other public comment? Thanks, Grace. We appreciate you. And with that, I'll close the public hearing at 5:59.
Thank you, Tom. Thank you, Kevin.
Thank you.
So we're okay to get this on the warrant?
Yes.
Okay, thank you.
Yes.
Yes. Do we need a motion for?
For
Make a motion to put this thing on the warrant.
Thanks.
this thing on the
The
warrant.
refuse ordinance.
Refuse ordinance update.
I'm getting
second.
tired.
All those in favor, or any discussion? All those in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Okay. Thank
Like
you,
to
gentlemen.
Thank Tom and Kevin for their work on this.
Yeah,
Thank you.
appreciate it.
Thank you.
And that takes us to appointments. We've got one appointment, a reappointment. David Kent requested via Joseph that he would enjoy continuing on the ZBA with a term that ends currently in April. Joseph wrote to us collectively, I wanted to advise that David Kent has requested to be reappointed for another term on the zoning board. Let me know if you need anything additional with regard to this. My records indicate his term ends in April. And certainly my observation is that David has been an amazing servant of the town on the zoning board, so I would encourage his continued participation.
I'll make a motion to reappoint David Kent to the zoning board.
I'll second.
Any discussion?
I would like to echo your comments, and I would say that this community is very fortunate to have him as a member of our ZBA. It is a very important board when it comes to land use. The planning board does a lot, but the ZBA is kind of the relief valve, and it's important to have thoughtful, critical people on that board. So Mr. Kent has been a great chair and leader of the ZBA, and I support this wholeheartedly.
Very good. Any other comments? All those in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? All right. What else do we have in the signature file? Did you get all the way through it?
I got all the way
Wow,
through it.
that was impressive. All right, committee reports, starting with water and sewer.
Is there a spot on the agenda for Grace?
Was there?
Nope.
Can we make room?
We can happily take Grace during,
No, the next meeting. I think it's the 26th, because I had to have it
The
posted.
agenda is
and
at the discretion of the chair.
yeah, I also have a public comments section where you can either jump in on a committee report or in the public comments. I'll happily hear from you, Grace.
I
You're
would
here.
gladly yield the floor to Grace for the Energy Commission update.
When you get to that part of the agenda, I will.
Okay.
Okay, we'll be there very quickly.
Sewer and water has not met since our last meeting, so no update.
That's easy. Planning board?
It's you.
You gave a report on the last meeting, and your next meeting is this
Yeah,
Thursday.
we have not had a meeting
had a
since our
meeting.
last meeting, so we have,
Holidays.
we have meetings on the 15th and 22nd of this month. We did not meet on the 1st.
All right.
And those are the public hearings on the zoning amendments this
We do.
Thursday, right?
Yeah.
I believe there's also a hearing, there will also be a normal public hearing on applications, but yes, we will be having, it is important for the public to know that the hearings on the zoning amendments are this month, 15th and the 22nd.
15th and the 22nd. Elementary school.
Elementary school. They met on the 5th. The meeting itself was rather brief. Most of the time was dedicated to talking about budget. They did showcase a hydroponic lettuce growing operation that they did within the school. It was actually nearby and fully visible. There was some discussion about whether they could serve it in the cafeteria, but they are not permitted because of health reasons.
Inspection.
Even though they grew it
Like
there.
to, yeah.
They talked about their current enrollment, 369, some of the pre-Christmas activities. They indicated that they had some winter concerts this week. I don't remember the dates. They have an event called the Snowball, grades 6 through 8. I think that they'll all throw snowballs at the principal. I'm not sure what it is actually.
I think it's a school dance, isn't it?
It's a dance.
Oh yeah, okay, it's a dance.
But I like your creative idea.
Zach, I'll be right back. I have to go find my dog.
Pay attention more
Okay.
at these meetings.
I did. Let's see. They're midway through their winter sports, and then they talked a lot about the winter sports numbers, which they spoke too quickly for me to get the details. And then they talked about the budget review. Essentially, the elementary school is up 2.2%, which is kind of minimal based on, it's mostly just activities related to raises and what have you, the healthcare and what have you.
Collective bargaining agreement.
Yeah. They're going to move the budget to the hearing, and that will happen on February 2nd at 7 p.m. And that is pretty much it for the elementary school. The high school one was also very brief, but they had some, nifty handouts, which I misplaced here. There they are. They did talk about the warrant. They did talk about, basically all of the little handouts that come. I'll let you guys look through those as I'm talking about the principal's report. They had a school luncheon at the cafeteria that was for staff. That occurred back in December. They had a unified basketball, basically students, faculty, the whole 9 yards, and they got an award recognition from Special Olympics, and they were invited to, I forget who it was, but down to DC to represent the school at a Special Olympics event, and that was paid for by Special Olympics themselves to bring that person down. They talked about the end of the semester 1 and beginning of semester 2, and specifically how they have a delayed opening for midterm exams, which I think is this week, to allow people to get up later so they're more fresh for those. They briefly talk about budget prep, and then we went down to the cafeteria at 6:30 to have the full presentation on their budget proposal. As I talked about last time, it's up 3.8, I believe, %. Most of the contributions to that increase are for transportation, state mandated special ed requirements that are largely dictated in this particular term around a single individual being housed at a internal program down someplace, and the result of the collective bargaining agreements that are going to be on their warrant, which is here, if anybody wants to see it, which is this one. 4 items, 2 of them, I think 5 items, 2 of them are funding related, the rest are either not funding related or are to basically move money from their unreserved fund balance to a capital projects or something similar. And that was more or less it for the elementary school and high school.
It's on the 6:30, not 6.
All right, any questions for Ted? Thanks, Ted. Conservation Commission.
Meets next Tuesday, 7 p.m.
All right, CIP meets in 9 months or something. It's a ways out. LRPC, have we heard anything from Bill or John?
I don't have anything, Zach.
Parks and Rec,
Don't meet again till February.
coming up. Energy Commission. Yes.
Go for it, Grace.
Such great news. We got our $205,799.92 check from the federal government for the solar array.
IRS direct pay?
I know,
Direct
exactly.
pay, elective pay. They
Elective
changed
pay.
the name a million times. So I guess that's going to select board at some point, because our commitment to the Community Development Finance Authority was that all the money's revenues that come in go to it.
Directly to the loan, yeah.
And actually, once that's paid, the amount paid in the last year, I just did a little calculation, and hopefully Anna doesn't jump up and down, but it was $387,678 and some change.
Out of $686,000 payment, bond.
Wow, almost half.
Halfway through.
That's great.
Yeah, plus, of course, interest on top of that, 687, but amazing. We won't get a lot of those incentives again, except for selling the RECs, right? And we'll get those quarterly. Those go directly to the loan. And then the payment for the purchase of the power from the co-op, which comes once a year.
Cool.
That's great.
And then the audit for the town building came in, the report's back. Brian from the does anybody know how to say his, Hache?
Hache, I think?
Hache? And I met with the co-op folks to find out what kind of utility incentive we could get. And we are trying to set up a meeting also with the Clean Energy New Hampshire to figure out what kind of grants we could pull together also for the work that's been identified through the audit. And it sounds like the co-op will at least do 35% and maybe more than that, but only if it's really related to electrical usage, because they're not going to fund things like less fuel. Does that make sense?
Mm-hmm.
I made it through most of the report today.
I have not tapped into it.
Jesse will be scheduling a meeting to bring that committee back together to go through the report and identify, based on the findings of that. Hopefully, I'll finish that tomorrow, and he'll get that meeting scheduled over the next couple days.
Right. And then we'll have a hearing on January 26th?
Yes.
Thank you.
Perfect.
Thank you.
Thanks, Grace. Any questions for Grace? Any other comments?
I will say the only other thing the Energy Commission talked about is that Ashley and I are planning to meet with the library trustees later this month to discuss potential of, or their interest in potentially building a solar array at the library. We did a little math, and the 23-24 year, basically 24 in the last calendar year that we have records for, they used 87,000 kilowatt hours, which is roughly almost $20,000 at current rates. So, the cost effectiveness of a solar array there could be
Meaningful. Isn't there, I thought there was a solar array there that was not
There's a
functioning.
very small solar array on the roof. It's like a couple panels.
Okay, and so has there been any work done to see if that could get brought back online?
It was
or-
discussed. My understanding, Sandra Jones of Paray looked at it, and her recommendation is that there might be like one of the original panels is producing power, but they're older panels with microinverters. The technology, or they've all kind of run their useful life.
Mhm.
So it's possible to replace, that array. So my understanding is that, that's under the existing old net metering rules at the co-op, where if you can kind of keep that with a 1-to-1 kilowatt hour net metering, there's no change in retail value for the exported power. But if you're going to increase the capacity of an array, it would put you into the new net metering situation anyway, but the new net metering situation is still better than, I think, what we're getting at the array on Fairgrounds Road.
Right, because you actually have some power to offset.
Fairgrounds, Quincy Road.
Yeah.
So if anything you use on site, you're basically offsetting 100% of the
100%,
retail
right.
value, and then anything you export that doesn't get used on site, you get slightly less for. But even if it's on site, you get more for it than we would at the solar array. So there's still value there, and most of the load at the library is in the winter. It's mostly electric heat pump load. But you could situate an array that was optimized to produce in the winter, even if there's less energy there. But there would probably be excess energy in the summer. But those are all interesting design considerations, I guess, that we'll evaluate.
All right, anything else, Energy Commission? Advisory Budget Committee, same story, at rest. Chamber of Commerce.
I did not attend last Thursday's meeting, but I know a couple items. The travel and tourism set for February 12th at the Common Man Inn and Spa here. I know they were working on sponsorships last month, so I'm not quite sure the status right now, but they've obviously been working on that. They're still in the process of replacing the ED. That was non-public conversations, so I'm not sure where they are, if they've got any folks they're looking at or not. I do know that a lot of the time-sensitive stuff that Maddie was doing, other board members have picked up on. So things are still certainly running. Some events still going on for this month. There'll be a business after hours on the 21st at the Covered Bridge. Business after hours by the Ashland Women's Club. Who knew? On 5/19. Squam Lake Coffee Hour in May. And that's pretty much as far as they go out.
Can I jump ahead to ask how much, is there any overlap between the Economic Development Committee and the Chamber?
From what they're doing, what we're doing?
Yeah. I guess, are you kind of relying on the Chamber for insights with economic development?
Not currently, no.
No, not currently. Certainly they're regional, central, so their main focus isn't anybody.
Right.
Although we're a big piece of it, I think. Potentially with a new ED, certainly worth a conversation.
Yeah. Okay.
Any other questions about Chamber? Any news from PERLAC?
I do not.
Police and Fire Building Assessment Committee, we do have the report back. Do we have a scheduled meeting?
We are going to have a meeting after the conversation at the first public budget hearing on the land purchase. Dan
Okay.
will be scheduling.
Okay, we'll schedule something after that first hearing. Okay. Union Negotiations Committee is also at rest, and that takes us back to Economic Development Committee.
Sure. So we met as a group on the 5th. That was it, last Monday. We talked about what we talked about here before, which is the UNH extension program. Unfortunately, Joseph spoke with Sue Cagle. They really couldn't be ready for us till fallish time frame. But even that's still a rough guess, given everything that the education folks are going through right now, where they have person power, manpower, woman power, to help us or not. However, Sue Cagle did join us at the meeting to go over unofficially what she could unofficially help us with as we move forward. So certainly not as much detail as we get from, with the extension program, but being there to guide us with some things, even if you will look at it, getting ready to take part in that program. The other piece is a charrette. Verbo charrette falls into that nicely as well. We could even look at the charrette as sort of a jumping off subset sort of what we would look at or do as a town.
The charrette can serve as kind of like a mini training almost.
Exactly, it would be more training, you're right, that's a better way, like how to engage with folks, the community members, list of businesses, things we could do now that we'd have to do anyway, both from an economic development perspective, but also within the charrette piece of it. So Sue was great.
Yeah.
She's a wealth of information, and she's more than unofficially happy to, come back again, review things. I mean, certainly all the work would still be on this end, but she certainly is there. Certainly the community engagement is a big piece, not only from the charrette, but also the economic development. So as Joseph said, Jason said it will be a great training ground for us. We also engaged in interesting conversation around the charrette process, and I won't go through it, but the Railroad Square challenges, boundaries and roads and, all those things that will need to be dealt with, even just simply getting a list of all the businesses down there. So that's going to be cool, but I think it'll also be a great learning experience. The other thing that we talked about was engaging with PSU and I forget the woman's name, career development person at PSU, and seeing if we can, PSU and the economic development team can come up with a way. We find that there are a lot of folks who are graduating from PSU, and boy, they love Plymouth, and boy, wouldn't they like to stay here. So internships is one thing, but the internships, from my experience, can be limited. So not really long-term, right? We couldn't sustain them when they, a web developer working for a small business on Main Street, they'll do something, but they're still gonna move on, right? Small business can't afford to pay them full-time rates to stay here. So we talked a bit about travel and tourism and something environmental things. So we're gonna meet with, Joseph's gonna reach out to the PSU head of career development and see if we can make something happen between the town or the businesses within the town and PSU.
As you're describing that exact situation, I wonder if, when we probably haven't thought about, or maybe we have, so correct me if I'm wrong, there may be an opportunity that's sort of otherwise hidden for some of that sort of development of, here's a Plymouth State student who'd love to stay in the area. I am one of, I'm sure, many people who work from home in Plymouth. So the business I work for doesn't have a business presence in Plymouth.
Sure.
But me as a person in my role and in my position could help someone get an internship in the remote business that I work for.
I
which
think
would
that's
create
great.
an interesting, and I'm not alone in that, I'm sure. I'm sure
It's hard
there's,
to, we even
like,
talked
how do you
about
engage with
home-
those folks?
Right, so we talked about home-based businesses and how do you
Right.
get your, how
How do you create that pipeline?
Yes.
How do you create those
exactly, and maybe that's all part of the communication, economic development, because we need to know who those folks are as well.
Yeah, one of the things we
but
talked about is
also-
just getting a business inventory of the town. Like,
Right, right,
What businesses do we have? Whether it's the ones that we know about on Main Street or
right.
Or the
Yeah.
sort of hidden secret ones that are here as well.
I'd be curious to know how many people work from home and where their employers are located.
Because there's huge opportunity in that network of
Just
home
that
businesses.
information.
Right.
of-
How do, I don't even, I mean, I haven't given that a lot of thought. It's a great idea. I just don't
I have a
even
friend
know
who
where.
is in Ashland now. He used to live in Plymouth, but like, he's worked for Oracle for years, and his current employer, like, they used to be based in Boston, and now they're based in Denver, but he's lived in Plymouth for 25 years.
Right, exactly.
How many people like that are out there?
I work from home.
Yeah, right.
Right.
Right. Anyway,
Yeah, no, good
sorry,
thought.
it popped
No.
into my head as you were talking about it.
No.
And that's a much more sustainable opportunity for a young person as well.
Working from home.
Well, those kinds of businesses, right, where they might not be able to, build a website for the ice cream shop and
Right.
establish a long-term relationship that creates a web business. They might be able to work for Jason as an intern,
Right.
or work for me as an intern in the context of a global multinational company that's just kind of hiding under the covers here in Plymouth.
Right. The hope is if the internship would lead to, some sort of permanent residence
Right.
in Plymouth.
Right, yeah.
And yeah. if
Yeah,
we
being able to
could-
stay in the community that they're in rather than
Right.
having to go somewhere else to
Right.
find that opportunity.
Right. Yeah, there's some good pieces to it, so
curious.
hopefully she'll be there next meeting, February. So kind of two things going on. I
Cool.
don't know if you guys had anything else.
Anything else? Any other questions for Mary Ann? Okay, public comments.
Zach, I
Nice. Can you state your name?
couple additional things.
Yeah, please.
Something to think about that we can discuss at the 26th meeting is town report dedication and a cover
have an easy
photo
answer.
for the town report.
What's that?
So, cover photo for the town report.
I think we got both of those tonight.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Interesting.
yeah, I agree.
Hutchins.
Other items, Pemmy Valley Habitat for Humanity is holding an open house at the Old Northway Bank on Saturday, the 17th at 2 p.m.
Right. Thank
And
you for
looking for
reminding me.
ideas for the future of that building. They are serving food. I was asked to announce that.
I'm in.
When is it?
It's important.
Saturday, the 17th at 2 p.m.
Excellent.
That's this Saturday.
Saturday.
This Saturday, correct. I will be away on vacation from the 20th to the 23rd. One thing that I think is important with us taking over the policing on the university campus is House Bill 1793, which is an act prohibiting public colleges and universities from regulating the possession or carrying of firearms and non-lethal weapons on campus. So I'm following that along with Durham, Todd Selig, who's the town manager there, and Elizabeth Ferlin, who's the city manager in Keene. I know there is a hearing this Wednesday at 10 a.m. That Todd will be speaking against this because it really opens up a huge area for liability and concern.
Just-
As of now,
Do they currently regulate firearms on campus?
we do,
Really?
yeah.
That surprises me.
We don't want firearms in dorms.
I don't think it's a good idea, but
Housing.
I'm surprised.
Right now, if they bring a firearm to school, it has to be checked in with the police department, with the current Plymouth State
I
University.
think that makes
Police.
sense, but
So just noting that I'm following that, and we'll keep you updated on that. And the other thing is I did have a call from Sean Doherty at the Bridge House. They would like to have a conversation about entering into a pilot agreement with the town. So with your permission, I'd like to invite him in to a first select board meeting in February to have that conversation.
great.
Yep, seems good to me.
And those are the things.
And just a reminder that our meeting on the 26th, we will start at 4:30 in a non-public session.
I will not be here.
What is the non-public week for?
Legal,
Legal. Okay,
legal.
I will be here.
I will be here.
I'll be here.
I'll be here.
We have quorum.
We have quorum. Any other business that could come before this body?
Hearing nothing. Motion to adjourn.
I'll second.
Any discussion? All those in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed?
He even said aye, yeah.